tutorial, we'll be discussing on the topic which is better, Fiverr or Upwork. Just before we start, I want to tell you the information that I'll be relaying in this video is purely my opinion and based on my research. Alright guys, let's get started now. So firstly, Fiverr. I think Fiverr is very flexible for freelancers, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So if you go over to Fiverr.com and then you click on your profile icon right here on the top right section, and then click on profile on the drop down, a second is loading, you'll be redirected to another page, and here is where you can see services that you have created, or in other words, gigs. That's what they call here in Fiverr, or refer to. So if I go over to, I have a gig created here as a draft. I haven't of course published it yet. I'm going to click on my gig, and then I'm going to press edit gig on the top right here. And what I'm trying to say is on Fiverr, it's where freelancers post their services and show them to clients. And it's unlike an Upwork where it's freelancers who try to find their jobs. And in Upwork, it's where clients post jobs. Unlike in Fiverr, it's freelancers who post their services for clients. And it's very customizable for freelancers. Let me just go over to the next page. Firstly, you have packages, different packages. So you have basic, you have standard, and you have premium. I've um I haven't opened the offer packages option because I just don't want it. But for some people who want their offer to be or gig to be very customizable, they can go ahead and click on the option and have different standards of their gigs. So they can have basic, standard, and premium. In the basic, they could have some offers that are not given in standard, and in standard they could have some of the services that are not given in premium, so making one of them better than the previous one. Furthermore, you can set different prices for each of your packages. So like basic, all of obviously having the lowest price and premium having the highest price. And you also have extra services. What this basically is, so while a client is going over your gig and then he's about to order it, just before that happens, the website will show them extra services based on the service. So for example, this gig is based on editing a YouTube video. And so if my client is about to purchase this service right here, then he also has the option to add on this extra service thumbnail. So I'll have to create a thumbnail for them. And of course, that comes with an extra charge price and additional time. So of course, the freelancer has additional time to create and provide extra services for them. Also, you have the option delivering the service faster, and of course, you again have an extra charging price. Like I said, this is why Fiverr is very flexible for freelancers. Well, initially, both Upwork and Fiverr are good opportunities for freelancers to start their jobs. But in my opinion, I'm just saying Fiverr is way more customizable and flexible for freelancers. Now, moving on to Upwork. Again, in Upwork, I think that it's more flexible for clients or buyers, because what happens on Upwork is instead of freelancers posting their services, it's buyers or clients who post the jobs they want or projects that they want to be done. And then it's up to freelancers to start bidding on these projects and jobs. And then what happens is they have to bid a certain amount of money, explain what how experienced they are, and all the kind of message description and all that kind of stuff, some fixed price or hourly rate based on whatever the client or buyer wants. And then like I said, why is it more flexible for the buyer is because the buyer can go against different amounts of freelancers. Unlike in Fiverr, where the buyer has to go to one individual freelancer and hire him individually, what happens in Upwork is the buyer or the client can go through different bids or proposals from different freelancers, and he can choose the best and most flexible freelancer to work with based on whatever he wants. And that's why I say that Upwork is way more flexible for buyers and clients. Again, it's purely my opinion. Nextly, let's look at a few similarities between both of the sites. So, both Fiverr and Upwork have a lot of traffic, and that is why many clients and freelancers come here to find jobs or find find freelancers to hire. Another similarity between both of them is that the beginner freelancers are always at a disadvantage. Let me give you an example. For example, on Fiverr, if someone comes over, like a client, okay, and he wants to go over and find someone, let's take the example of editing a video, and he wants someone to edit his video. Of course he's going to look at someone who can provide high quality content to him. Instead of looking at a beginner or an intermediate, he will look at a professional video editor. So what he'll do is he'll click on or try to find a freelancer who has the highest rated reviews and something of that sort, and of course someone who's cheap but also high rated. And that's where beginners are at a disadvantage. Beginners, those who have not worked with any clients yet, beginners who don't have any work proof yet, all of them will be at a disadvantage. And so the only way to compensate for that disadvantage is for the beginners to set a very low price compared to the high rated freelancers. A very low price so the clients can come towards them. So the gigs can catch the client's eyes, because low price services are what the buyers or clients would always come towards, because they'll have to pay less obviously, and they'll be getting more profit for whatever work they want. And that is why the beginners are always at a disadvantage, and to compensate for that, they'll have to start low, and then soon they'll start leveling up one by one, and soon they can also become high rated freelancers, and of course start earning a huge amount of profits from either side, Upwork or Fiverr, depending on whatever they like or whatever is best for them. Well, to conclude, like I said, in my opinion, Fiverr is more flexible for freelancers, while Upwork is more flexible for buyers or clients. And lastly, one more thing that I want to tell to you guys is, especially for freelancers, that please, I mean, it's just my opinion, and do not take anything seriously, but please do not work on two freelancing side or two side. It's not that it's illegal or something, of course it's always allowed, but it's just my opinion that because it can become a hazard sometimes, and let me explain it. So for example, your profile on one of the sites is increasing in popularity, and more clients are reaching out to you for your services. And similarly, on the other side, for example, Upwork, and the previous side was Fiverr, and on Upwork also, your site is becoming seriously popular, and you're gaining more and more clients who are trying to get your services or buy your services. It can become a hazard in a way that you might not be able to provide services to all that many clients. So you might have to decline some of the clients, and some of these clients might think of it as a uh, rude uh, rude dismissal of their offer that they want to work with you, and so they might not ever work with you again. And so that's some kind of a hazard that you could get. Moreover, the quality of the content or services you're providing could also decrease as you have a huge workload on you. So it's better, and also so it's better, of course, to work on one of the sides at a time, to not work on two sides. Furthermore, adding to my point is that it's better to increase popularity of one profile than doing two of them. So if you're only focusing on one profile, that means you can get more and more high rated reviews on that singular profile, and you have better reviews overall than dividing your attention to two different accounts on different sites. So again, it's only purely my opinion. It's all up to you, whatever you decide to do. But it's just my opinion, and yep, that'll be it for this video. And I hope it helped you guys out, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.